Raised tough and forged in war, two former soldiers return to their hometown with a bag of stolen cash and a dream to open a juke joint for their community. But beneath the surface, a sinister plan is already in motion. Targeted by a ruthless racist group, they have no idea what's coming. As night falls, their fight for a fresh start turns into a brutal battle for survival, until the break of dawn. The movie opens with a voiceover. There are legends of people born with a gift so powerful, their music can stir spirits from the past, or summon visions of the future. In ancient West Africa, they were called musicians who could heal communities with their songs. But such power also attracted darkness. Clarksdale, Mississippi, October 1932. A bruised and battered Sammy Moore stumbles into a church, claw marks on his face and only the broken neck of a guitar in hand. Inside, his father, Jedediah, a devoted pastor, is deep in prayer. Startled, he rushes to his son's side and pulls him in for comfort. Jedediah begs Sammy to turn away from music, to find salvation in God and repent. But Sammy says nothing. He grips what's left of his guitar tightly. As his father speaks, Sammy is overwhelmed by a violent vision, someone brutally attacking him. The story flashes back to one day earlier. Sammy's cousins, Smoke and Stack, twin brothers recently back from Chicago, return to Clarksdale. They've stolen money from gangsters and are anxiously waiting on a contact. A car pulls up. Out steps Hogwood, a former Klansman. He leads them to an abandoned sawmill, property the twins want to turn into a juke joint for the black community. They hand Hogwood a bag of cash and warn him, if you or any of your clan buddies come near again, you're dead. Next, the twins pick up Sammy and head to a hidden roadside stash. There, they've hidden a truck loaded with alcohol for the big opening night. Suddenly, a snake slithers out, but Smoke quickly kills it. After checking the supplies, Smoke suggests delaying the opening until next weekend, but Stack insists it has to be tonight. They agree to split up. Smoke stays to guard the truck while Stack and Sammy go ahead to prep the juke joint. Smoke drives into town with the truck. He spots a little girl nearby and hands her a dime. Keep watch. If anyone lingers near the truck, honk the horn. I'll pay you 10 cents a minute. She nods. Smoke heads inside a bar where he finds his old friend Bo Chow and Bo's daughter, Lisa. He asks for help making a sign for the sawmill's grand opening. Suddenly, the horn blares. Smoke bolts outside to find two men trying to steal the truck. Without hesitation, he shoots one in the back and the other in the leg. One of them, recognizing him, pleads, "We didn't know it was your truck." Smoke doesn't hesitate. He shoots him again. The townspeople watch but don't panic. They know the Moore twins. They know not to cross them. Smoke walks back inside and tosses Bo some cash. "Take care of the mess," he says. Then he turns to Bo's wife, Grace, and asks her to make the sawmill sign. She agrees, and he gives her $14. Meanwhile, Stack and Sammy arrive in town. Sammy dreams of being a blues musician. Stack heads to the train station to recruit a well-known bluesman, Delta Slim. To draw attention, Stack has Slim perform a song on the spot. At first, Slim refuses the gig, but after Stack offers him some Irish beer they plan to serve at the party, he agrees.
Just for us.
Pulling in a crowd. Just then, Mary, a childhood friend of the twins and Stack's former flame, appears. She's hurt. Her mother, who was like family to them, died just yesterday, and they never sent flowers or even a note. While this unfolds, Sammy meets Pearlie, a married woman he flirts with and invites to the juke joint's opening. On his way back, Stack spots Cornbread, an old friend, working in a cotton field with his wife, Therese. Stack pulls him aside and hires him for security at the sawmill's opening night, then drives off. Later, Smoke stops by to visit his estranged wife, Annie, a voodoo practitioner. She isn't happy to see him. When Smoke offers her money for the house, she refuses. It's blood money. The loss of their child still divides them. Annie tells Smoke that her voodoo has been protecting the twins all along.
Every day since you've been gone.
As the sun sets, a blood-covered Irishman named Remick rushes to the house of a racist couple, Bert and Joan. He pleads with them for shelter, offering gold in exchange for protection from Injuns. They reluctantly let him in. Soon after, a group of Choctaw men arrive and warn Joan that Remick is dangerous, but she dismisses their concerns and turns them away. When she returns inside, she's horrified to discover that Remick is a vampire. He bites Bert, turning him into one as well. Before Joan can react, they bite her too, turning her into the third vampire. Meanwhile, the brothers open the Juke joint. A big crowd shows up, but setting everything up has drained their money. Stack and Annie speak to Smoke, suggesting they allow people to pay the entry fee using scripts instead of cash. Mary is also let in for free, being the daughter of a respected local woman. Stack brings Sammy on stage.
Something I've been wanting to tell you for a long time. It might hurt you.
His performance is rich and soulful. The music is so moving that the crowd falls silent, entranced. The sound becomes so powerful it begins to summon spirits. Black musicians from different times and places appear, joining the celebration inside the Juke joint. The air crackles with energy, but no one stops dancing. The supernatural event catches the attention of Remick, Bert, and Joan. Disguised as traveling musicians, the vampires arrive at the Juke joint, drawn by the music. They play a few tunes outside, trying to charm their way in. Smoke senses something off and refuses them entry, even when they offer to pay. As they prepare to leave, Mary steps in to negotiate, knowing the brothers need the money. They give her a pouch of gold. But then Remick's eyes flash red, and he begins to drool. Realizing the danger, Mary pulls out her gun and turns to leave. But Remick suddenly flies at her, and at the same time, Cornbread steps outside to relieve himself, leaving Delta Slim in charge of security. Bert and Joan distract Cornbread by taunting him, leading him away. Later, Mary returns to the Juke joint. She tries to seduce Stack. They head to a room and begin a romantic encounter. Meanwhile, tension erupts on the dance floor. A patron slashes another across the face with a razor after being caught using loaded dice. Smoke steps in to handle the situation and tells Sammy to go get Stack. But Sammy hesitates. He's too embarrassed to interrupt. So Smoke goes himself. He walks in on a horrifying scene, Mary biting into Stack's neck. Stunned, Smoke draws both guns and empties his rounds into her. She doesn't die. Instead, she rises, furious, and vows to kill everyone inside before running off. Smoke rushes to Stack, but it's too late. Stack dies. Smoke and Slim quickly begin clearing out the Juke joint, sending guests home. Only a few remain: Smoke, Sammy, Annie, Slim, Pearlie, and Grace. Just as the doors close, Cornbread returns and demands to be let in. Annie senses something wrong and tells him to leave. Cornbread insists on being paid. When Smoke reaches out with his payment, Cornbread, now a vampire, lunges forward and bites his arm. Smoke reacts instantly, shooting him in the face and forcing him to flee. Annie now realizes what they're facing: vampires. Things escalate when Stack, previously thought dead, suddenly reawakens. Now as a vampire. At first, he plays it off, pretending to be fine and asking Smoke to open the closet. Smoke goes to fetch the key, but Stack bursts from the closet. Annie reacts fast, splashing pickled garlic juice in his face, which causes Stack to scream and flee the building. Outside, the vampires begin to sing and dance, turning other townsfolk, including Bo, into bloodthirsty monsters. A horde of vampires gathers outside the Juke joint, now led by Remick, Mary, Stack, Bert, and Joan. Remick steps forward and reveals the truth. The brothers were set up by Hogwood, the Grand Dragon of the clans. Hogwood had orchestrated the attack, planning to send Bert and other clansmen to kill the twins and everyone at the Juke joint. Stack confirms the story, saying he saw the memories himself after turning into a vampire. But Remick insists he doesn't share the clan's racist beliefs. What he really wants is Sammy. He believes Sammy's music can summon the spirits of Remick's long-lost people. Remick offers the group a dark deal: become vampires, live forever, and escape the pain of racism and death. When they refuse, he threatens to kill Grace and Bo's daughter, Lisa. Realizing there's no escape, the survivors prepare for battle, gathering stakes, loading guns, and hanging garlic. Grace courageously shouts at the vampires to come inside. She charges at her now vampire husband, Bo, driving a stake into him, and both are engulfed in flames in a fiery sacrifice. Meanwhile, Pearlie is fatally wounded in front of Sammy, leaving him heartbroken. The others fight with everything they have, staking, burning, and blowing up the vampires one by one. During the chaos, Annie is bitten. Knowing what's coming, she pleads with Smoke to stake her before she turns. With a heavy heart, he does it. Watching from a distance, Stack and Mary grieve Annie's death as she is not going to join them, as they all run upstairs to head to the back doors. Delta Slim slices open his own arm, luring a group of vampires as the rest escape. Smoke and Stack clash in a brutal fight, while outside, Sammy runs from Remick. The vampire slashes Sammy's face, leaving the same scar we saw at the beginning. But Sammy fights back. He grabs his guitar and jams the silver piece into Remick's skull. Smoke arrives just in time, driving a stake through Remick's chest. As the sun rises, Remick bursts into flames and the rest of the vampires are reduced to ash with him. Smoke tells Sammy to run, warning that the clan is coming. Then he loads up with weapons and hides, waiting for the clansmen to arrive. As they roll in, he opens fire, killing several and even throwing a grenade at one of their vehicles. Though shot in the gut, Smoke keeps fighting, killing the men one by one. Finally, only Hogwood remains. He begs for his life and offers money, but Smoke shoots him dead. As Smoke lies dying, he sees Annie's spirit, and the spirit of their lost child. Meanwhile, Sammy returns to the church. His father begs him one last time to give up music, but Sammy refuses. He drives north, his guitar in hand. During the credits, we see Sammy in 1992, now an old bluesman still performing. After a show, Stack and Mary appear, looking exactly as they did decades ago. They smile and hug him. Stack says Smoke didn't kill him that night. He told him to stay hidden and protect Sammy from the shadows. Stack knows Sammy's time is nearly up. He offers to turn him into a vampire so he can keep playing music forever. But Sammy gently declines. He says he's seen enough. When his time comes, he's ready. Sammy picks up his guitar and plays one final song for his old friends before they leave. He admits he still has nightmares from that night, but also says, "Before the sun went down, that day was the best of my life."
I think that was the best day of my life.
Stack nods. It was the last time he saw his brother, the last time he saw the sun, and the last time he truly felt free. There's the movie ends. Thank you for watching and see you next time.